Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's History World with none other than Goober the Traveling Bear. And we're in Gloucester, Virginia. And we're at the Courthouse Annex, 1956. And this is now the Visitor Center and Gift Shop. We've made several videos of Gloucester, Virginia. We love the town so much, and their great director, Robert Kelly. Now, Robert could not be with me today. He is working on some other projects. But we're going to go into the Visitor Center and Gift Shop. So let's go on in. Goober's coming along. And let's see what they have here in the Visitor Center and Gift Shop. Hello, ma'am. I'm Bill Molyneux with Goober the Traveling Bear, and we're just going to check out your wonderful gift shop and visitor center.
Hello, welcome.
And what are your hours?
10 to
10 to 4, 10 to 3.
I'm here from 10 to 1.
Okay, so we have a change of the guards.
Yes.
All right. Well, right off the bat, they have some incredible books here on local history. And there is Attorney Walker. So we've done several videos on Lawyer Walker and all the contributions he did for education in Gloucester for the African American community. And there's a wonderful book about him right here in the bookshop. They also have a nice selection of shirts and hoodies. Oh my goodness, it's Whitley's Peanuts. And you know, we did a video of their factory and peanut store over in Gloucester Point. Now, Gloucester is known for its Daffodil Festival. And when I was here a few weeks ago, I couldn't even move in this room. So today, it's sort of mellow, and we're able to do a quick video. They have a lot of nice items for sale. And I purchased a couple things for Lisa, my wife. All right, let's see what else we can find. And of course, the Battle of the Hook, Tarleton's defeat, the largest cavalry action during the American Revolution with the French cavalry. And we have done a couple videos on that, but I've never did a video picture of this painting. We've done ones at the other museum. Okay. Now, if you need information for tourism for Virginia, they have this really neat resource room, as I would call it. Would you call it a resource room, ma'am?
Yes, I would call it.
She calls it the resource room, too. Now, as a tourist coming to Gloucester, this is one of the nicest sections of tourism brochures I've ever seen. Even as nice as like a Virginia roadside on Route 95. And they have it all set up along with maps, coastal area, and the Virginia Civil War Trails map. Wow. Really neat. And I really think this little town does a great job in promoting their tourism. Let's go check out the other room. Well, we are in the Native American Chesapeake National Historic Trail room, and there's a lot of Native American history here. Of course, for Virginia, you have Jamestown, but there's a lot of reading material here and audio-visual aids. I also like how they did like you're in a Native American lodge. This mural is phenomenal. Showing a Native American village. Really nice. The big long house. So our timeline of Native American history. We'll start at the 1600s, periods of open conflict between Powhatan Indians and European colonists, and then regulations that disadvantaged the Virginia Indian people. 1700s. 1800s, more loss of tribal lands. 1900s, Act of 1924 attempts to classify all non-white people as colored as birth certificates and public records, and increase organization of Indian tribal groups. Now, in the 2000s, we start to see a positive change with state and federal recognition for additional tribes. 11 tribes recognized by the Commonwealth of Virginia, and for other tribes are still pending. Now, the Romoco Lost and Found. Now, this is an interesting story. This land has been turned over, and the archaeologists are working on it. There is an audio-visual movie, and we'll see what happens.
They were looking for it, and they found it.
There's a historic gravity to the place.
This was a place where religious ceremonies had been held for thousands of years.
It took those moments where somebody said, look, do you realize what you're doing? This is a part of American history.
There's just this weight of history that you feel.
The majority of people don't even know about Royal Comico, but they know about one specific event that took place here that involves one of the most famous Indian people in the world, and that's Pocahontas.
This, Royal Comico, is the place where Captain John Snow, Powhatan, Pocahontas met.
For years and years, people thought the site was lost.
I walk in the morning and I walk again late in the evening, and I always find something. I still get just as excited when I find something as I did at first. It's like, this is so amazing to live here.
You can definitely tell this would be a good place to live for several reasons. It's high up on a bluff. That's good for, obviously issues of flooding. People from other tribes are coming to pay tribute to Powhatan and the other paramount leaders who lived here. They have wanted to be in an elevated place, and it's surrounded by water on three sides. And if you look at important places throughout the Powhatan, Virginia landscape, you'll see that that's a pattern.
They did a small dig here in the 70s that was not focused on Werewolf Comico. We know from the notes they were not looking for Werewolf Comico at that time. We come here, and then Lynn shows us what she found. And then it all changed.
This is a really nice arrowhead, beautifully done on the edges. This is another unique one. This is the pipe stem that I almost threw away. Made for a very, very prominent person in the tribe, probably a chief. This is a significant find. It's bigger than us. How could we not share it with the world and let the research go forward?
To have Werewolf Comico and to be able to look under the soil, it's so unusual because oftentimes that activity has been paved over, or there's a suburban development sitting on it. But this place is largely intact. It's a very large landscape, and the story is just underneath the surface.
You get with the archaeologists and they begin to tell you this is where Chief Powhatan's house was, and we believe the temple was here. And in this field, there's where they planted corn. I mean, you're just blown away. You begin to feel it. You begin to see it.
It is an awesome archaeological site in and of itself, and it talks about their history, Virginia Indian history.
I mean, how many people get to say that they are researching, excavating where their ancestors live? And not just any ancestor, you know, Wahan Seneca, better known as Chief Powhatan, lived here, and the paramount leaders before him.
I believe it was like 10 years ago, my brother and I came back to watch the dig, and we could feel this connection between us and this place.
Not until I actually came back here myself did I feel the power of the site. My kids have experienced that same thing. For them to have to say what's going to happen to the site, it'll strengthen in them the need to keep our culture going, to keep it alive.
This was the first archaeological project in Virginia that created a sustained collaborative relationship with the Virginia Indian community. So for me, that aspect of it, this contemporary aspect of it, and having Native people at the table to tell their story was also extremely important.
It's really important for our culture to be portrayed and described through our voices.
I do want people to take away the complexity of the Powhatan chiefdom, how it developed, all of the working parts that created this complex nation that the English encountered.
The people who are here, thousands of years before Powhatan and Pocahontas, they are important people in human history. They are people that are worthy of study. This site has their history and the artifacts that are left behind. We have a longer story to tell.
Also, it doesn't just end in 1607. Our story doesn't end in the 17th century. We're still here today. We have our own perspectives about this place and about this history in general.
These were our lands, our sacred sites, and still are. And hopefully people come away with a respect for our culture as it existed then and as it exists now.
This is the perfect opportunity for us to tell the whole story for the American public.
It's a spiritual place. Hopefully it'll be preserved for a long, long time.
This is something that's much bigger than any of us. And it's something that's going to last much longer than we will.
Well, as you can see, this little visitor center and gift shop has an awful lot to offer. Goober the Traveling Bear says you have to stop at the Gloucester Visitor Center and Gift Shop in the Old Village, and this is the old courthouse annex. Is that correct? I got it right. So, everyone, please stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and most of all, visit a historic site near you. Thank you for watching.